Ready? Okay, we're rolling. Okay, here we go. Our guest is Victoria Johnson. She's an intern with the Woodrow Wilson International Center for Scholars. Victoria, welcome. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Let me ask you about your decision as a college student to apply for an internship at the Wilson Center. Why was this an attractive destination, and has it lived up to expectations?
This has lived up more than I could have asked for expectations. It's been one of the best summers of my life so far, actually. The Wilson Center was an attractive destination for me because I am very interested in international environmental policy. And I wasn't sure if research was going to be the path that I wanted to take, but coming here and trying it out, I've loved it. And I wanted to see, I guess, how research is done to influence policy in the world.
Are you working on a specific project or a set of issues?
I am. I'm working with scholars Sherry Goodman and Roger Mark on international water security. So Sherry and I are looking at what makes a water hotspot in the world, and how we can put together a good policy brief to inform the next administration on what these water hotspots will be.
What does make a good water hotspot in the world?
Water hotspot is where many countries are sharing like one basin, and so they're drawing water from the same basin, and so you have the upper states and lower states, and they have to coordinate together so that the upper states don't overdraw, so that the lower states don't have water. And it takes a lot of collaboration or treaties or series of agreements, and it could be a huge international security if states don't cooperate and wars break out over water. So we're trying to make water diplomacy central to American foreign policy.
And where do you go to school, Victoria?
I go to Colorado College.
And what's your major?
International environmental policy and a Russian minor.
And so the interest that's emerging with research and water, is this through exploration, or does this fit some long-term goal that you've had for a while?
Water is actually a new topic for me. It was not my interest coming into the Wilson Center, but I've picked it up, and I think it might become my future interest, or what I focus on in the future. No, in the past I've kind of been looking at more like ambient air quality and CO2 levels around the world, and more just all around global climate change and global warming. So the water security definitely branches off from that, and it's part of the overall environmental work, but it's a new turn for me.
Where did your interest develop? I'm always interested in what makes people tick in this regard. In other words, when you have such a clear and sophisticated interest in environmental issues, is this the result of just stumbling into it, or did you have parents who were involved in the field? Where did it come from?
I have a weird story about this, actually.
Oh, sure.
So when I was in high school, I got picked through a series of sort of speech competitions to go to Japan and participate in this international environmental forum. I did not know exactly that it was international going in, or I didn't choose it because it was international. My speech was actually on nuclear nonproliferation, and that was like my focus. That was going to be my goal in life, is to work on that. But then I got there, and it was like a collaborative thing of kids from all different countries that came together as high schoolers and tried to figure out solutions to international environmental problems. And at the end of it, I realized that this is what I want to do with my life. This is what I want to dedicate my life to. And so I chose my college off of what school in the West had one of the best environmental programs, and found Colorado College, and have been on the track ever since.
Is there a dream job when you look ahead far down the field, far down the tracks?
Can I do what Sherry Goodman does in the future?
Well, I don't know. Let's ask Sherry, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. No, somebody that influences environmental policy and is a world leader in that field, and that's what I would love to do.
Dream high, aim high, right?
Yeah.
So what's next on the path for Victoria? How do you get there? What's the next thing after this internship?
That is a very good question. I got one more year of school left, so got to finish my thesis and wrap everything up, and then I hope to come back to DC and work for a couple years and figure out what grad school, what law school, what next form of education gets me closer to that goal.
So you caught a little Potomac fever, is Washington focus?
Yeah, I love Washington, D.C.
Well, congratulations on your success up to this time and your internship here, and thanks for joining us. Good luck in the future.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me.